Stop scrolling. You need to see this. While America is focused on the news cycle, Iran is doing something nobody expected. They're fighting back, not just with missiles, not just with threats, with Lego. Yes, Lego. The same toy sitting in your kid's bedroom right now, and it's working. These videos are going viral across the world. They are being shared by people who have never once thought about Iran. People in America, Europe, Asia, and Africa, all watching, all feeling something. And analysts, serious credentialed academics are saying the same thing. Iran is beating America in its own game. Let that sink in. Here is what is going on. A group in Tehran called Explosive Media has been producing animated videos since the war began, but not regular animations, Lego animations, tiny brick figures, familiar environments, the same aesthetic as the toy your child plays with on the living room floor. And inside that familiar, innocent-looking world, they're telling stories that are hitting people hard. Stories about US wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Vietnam. Stories about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Stories about Epstein files. Stories about Trump broken promises to working-class Americans. All of it built in Lego. All of it going viral. The team behind these videos, 10 people, all between the ages of 19 and 24. That is it. 10 young people in Tehran are shaping how the world sees this war. And right now, they are winning. You might be asking, why Lego? That question has a brilliant answer. Think about what Lego means to you. Childhood, Saturday mornings, your kids' laughter on Christmas morning. It is warm, it is safe, it is innocent. Now imagine that exact same world showing you a bombed school. Tiny Lego children, brick rubble, silence. That contrast is not accidental. It is the entire strategy. The war started on February 28th, and on that very first day, the United States bombed a girls' school in Iran. A school, the Minab Girls' School. More than 160 schoolgirls were killed. On one day, Explosive Media used Lego to tell that story. And something about seeing it in Lego, something about those tiny brick figures, made it hit differently. It broke through the numbness. It made people feel it. An Islamabad-based commentator named Fasizaka said it perfectly. The war opened with an atrocity against Iranian children, and Lego is a brand that parents and children around the world recognize. So when you put those two things together, it all comes together in a way that is impossible to ignore. But this is not just emotional storytelling. This is precise, calculated, and strategic. Look at the themes these videos target. The Epstein files, that is the wound in American politics that has never healed. MAGA, Trump's own supporters, his own movement used against him. Trump's promises to keep America out of new wars, now shattered. His promises to prioritize ordinary working Americans, now questioned. The videos even call his administration the Epstein regime. They call Trump a loser. And that word loser is the same word Trump uses against his opponents. They flipped it. They took his own language, his own style, his own aggression, and turned it back on him. Fasizaka called it really smart. He said Iran is attacking the fissures inside American politics, the divisions, the doubts, the anger that already exists. They are not creating that anger. They're pouring fuel on fire that is already burning, and it is working. Professor Mark Owen Jones is a serious academic. He studies media analytics at Northwestern University in Qatar, and he has been watching these videos very carefully. He said something that should stop every American in their tracks. Iran knows it cannot win this war militarily. The best chance of success is public opinion. If enough people around the world turn against this war, the pressure on Washington grows. That is strategy. Win the streets, win the screens, win the world. And then he said something even more striking. He compared US propaganda to Iran's Lego videos directly. US propaganda, explosions. Hollywood cuts, big budgets, and no story. Iran's Lego videos, carefully thought out, detailed, layered with meaning, with an actual narrative. Think about that for a moment. The United States, the most powerful country on earth, with the biggest military budget in history, is losing the content war. 10 people in Tehran with Lego bricks. Professor Jones also said something important about trust. He said the videos will have resonated even more with Western audiences if they weren't coming from Iran, because for decades, Western media has told people not to trust Iran, not to listen to Iran, not to feel anything for Iran, and yet these videos are breaking through that wall. People are watching, people are sharing, and people are feeling. That is the power of a good story well told. Now, here's the part of the story that nobody's talking about, and it needs to be said out loud. The team at Explosive Media has full internet access, full access to American social media platforms. The same platforms that Iranian-owned government has completely blocked for 90 million of its own citizens. Let that land. The government that cuts off its own people is online, fighting its narrative war. While ordinary Iranians cannot send a text message, cannot check the news, cannot reach their family abroad, cannot even know what is being decided in their name. A black market for internet access is growing inside Iran right now. People are paying strangers in cash just to get a VPN, just to connect, just to feel they exist in the world. And while that is happening, 10 young government-connected creators are producing polished viral propaganda videos on American platforms. The same American platforms that regular Iranians are banned from using. amusing. Think about who this war is really being fought for. Think about who is paying the price. It's not the people in the clean offices with the fast internet. It is the 90 million people in the dark. 10 young people, Lego bricks, a message built to travel the world. And it is traveling. Iran is not just fighting this war on the ground. It is fighting it on your screen, on your timeline, on your phone. And right now, as you watch this, those videos are being shared. People who have never once cared about this conflict are starting to ask questions, starting to feel something, starting to take sides. This is the power of narrative. This is what Iran understood, that the war is not just won with weapons, it is won with stories. And right now, Iran is telling a better story. The question is, are you paying attention? Because this war is not just happening over there, it is happening right here, on every screen, in every country, including yours. Now I want to hear from you. Did these videos change how you see this conflict? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And if you want daily coverage of stories like this, stories that the mainstream news cycle moves past too quickly, subscribe right now to The Voice for All. Hit that bell, because tomorrow this story gets bigger and you need to be here when it does.